My name is Galfen Omuse, the branch secretary of Kenya University Staff Union, Maasai Mara University branch. As a university, we are very saddened. We are in grief because of the loss of the former cabinet secretary, Professor George Magoha. We have learned this with a lot of disbelief. And of course, this is nature. God gives and God takes. But as a university, we feel that we have lost one of the greatest leaders of this country. Professor Magoha will be remembered for his aggressiveness, a man of his words, a man who has brought a lot of change and revolution in the education sector. The exam cheating aspect that was started by the former Cabinet Secretary Education and the former Cabinet Secretary Security, that is Dr. Matiang'i, and he came and championed this. He helped to reform the Kenya National Examination Council, and when he came to the ministry, every part of this country literally felt the presence of the late Professor Magoha. As a university, and as a Kenya University Staff Union, Maasai Mara University branch, we are joining the family of Professor Magoha together with the whole country, the Ministry of Education, and of course the former government, to mourn one of our great fathers of this nation. And we extend our condolences to the family, and we say we are together in grief.
I'm Professor Beatrice Manyasi, Dean School of Education, Maasai Mara University. We heard about the death of the late Professor Magoha with shock because we have known him for long as a very active, renowned scholar. Being a urologist is not an easy thing. He was very hardworking, and as the VC of University of Nairobi, he did a great job. The progression of the learners was quite good. He knew how to deal with the student welfare and the academic issues, and how to mobilize the members of staff, the scholars, and the administrative staff. As a cabinet secretary, Professor Magoha was quite on top of everything. He was proactive, and he ensured that things were being done in a timely manner. He was always on the ground in the basic education institutions. He ensured that the basic education curriculum was implemented, despite the voices that were saying that it can't work. He said the train had left, and many we had to follow the train. Because when people were thinking that it can't work, he worked so hard to ensure that it had to be implemented. We are going to miss Professor in Kenya. He's a mountain that has gone. In the education sector, we are going to remember Professor for making the masses understand that there's a reason why an A is not 100%. There's always a category of every grade. So that he said that you don't need to get the A's and struggle, which leads to cheating. An A student, you are a top student, so the category begins with much lower marks. It is very realistic. So he made the parents and the learners understand that an A need not to be 100%. Let us observe integrity in his honor.
My name is Dr. Consolata Shinali from Maasai Mara University School of Education. I must start by giving my condolences to Professor George Magoha. He was very instrumental in the implementation of the competency-based curriculum, CBC. And I remember him because he took all the challenges head on, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Most parents were insisting that pupils had stayed for long at home, but he told them they would rather stay with their children and not bring them to school and die there. So he was very decisive, and he was a no-nonsense person. We shall really miss him in the education sector. Thank you very much. At least he implemented the CBC with all the challenges, but it took off.
I'm Jerry Rawlings Ayieko. I'm the president of Maasai Mara University. Today, we are mourning the late Professor George Magoha. And as the students of Maasai Mara University, we want to say that we are sorry to the family. We have lost a hero, a man who reformed the education sector, During his tenure, we never had leakage. Yes, so I know the students suffered, but what we can say is that was a good move by the professor. We will really miss you, and to the family, we pray that may the good Lord be with you. May you rest in peace.